Hi, for this week's video, I chose the 3 devices of challenge, priority, and action. For challenge, I chose the quote on page 363 that goes, "Milton shook his head, he lowered his chin aggressively, and made a little sound, a bark of disapproval deep in his throat. We have to do whatever's in our national interest." And then Milton lifted his chin and said, "To hell with the Greeks." So I chose this quote for challenge because I want to challenge the assumption that he has no respect for his parents' origins or where they're from. And it really sounds really disrespectful to say that from after knowing us as the readers, what they've been through, especially Desdemona's love for Greece, her Greek origins. And after all that Lefty and Desdemona has done for him, it seems just outright spit in the face to say something like that. But I understand that he may have served in the U.S. Army or Navy, but still to say such a harsh thing like that, just don't understand, and that's why I chose that as the quote. For priority, I chose the quote on page 375 that goes, "And then pain like a knife, pain like fire, it ripped into me." Later on, "We gaped at each other, and I knew he knew. Jerome knew what I was. As suddenly I did, too, for the first time clearly understood that I wasn't a girl, but something in between." So I chose it for priority because I feel it's extremely important for the context of the book, as this is the first time Cal kind of starts to really not understand, but know or feel that she's not really your normal typical girl. She has obviously something different about her, and she starts not only to feel it emotionally but physically, through pain. And it only happened because of her intercourse with Jerome, which isn't that well of a way to figure it out, but nonetheless it's important with the context of the text to finally have that happen to her, whether it's painful or not, but it's eye-opening, and it's only gonna keep unfolding as the story goes, as we head towards the end. And I felt that quote has priority when it comes to the book as a whole. And as for action, I chose the text on page 395. But before I say the quote, I would just like to give some context. It's right after she crashes into the farmer's tractor, and she's taken to the hospital. So she's taken to the hospital, and she is separated from the object. And then the quote goes, "Lights overhead, bright and round, as at my birth. The same squeaking of white shoes, but Dr. Philabosian, was nowhere to be found." So I chose this quote because it could for action, because to reach the conclusion that it seems that it's the beginning, to reach the conclusion that it's about to be the beginning of the rest of her life, and it's almost symbolic, as she's laying down and there's lights above her. It's almost like she's being reborn as a new person. It could be seen symbolic in that way. And there's the lights, she's laying down, and there's a doctor, and then it's just symbolic. And I used it for my action because, well, I'm reaching the conclusion that it seems there's only so much left in the book, and this seems to be the beginning of the rest of her life, as I said. And it seems like it's about to get really interesting as I've finally reached the 4th book, and I'm actually kind of excited to see the ending. Well, that's it. Thank you.